Okay guys, this is a quick update with Bitcoin. So if you watched the last video, I was talking about this red ring. Based on this previous red ring, we crossed it and we had a drop. And I told you that when we cross this ring, I expect us to top out and start dropping. Now, I did not expect us to push up. Full disclosure, I lost over $4,000, which sucks, but it was my fault. I'm going to cover that as well. Before I show you my trade, I actually entered a trade too to show you how much it costs to enter a trade and some rules or advice to follow to make sure you don't lose money like I did. But just so you understand how this works, typically when we get a dump, we always get a pump before we get a dump. And the reason for this is, let's say people are short from up here. Price, finds support, starts pushing up. Well, as price is pushing up, the people that are short from up here, the more price pushes up, the less money they're making. So they close their shorts, take their profit. Less money the exchanges have to pay out. Okay, well, people that are short from down here, right, they set their stop loss above as price is pushing up, hoping they don't get stopped out so they can stay in. Well, as price is pushing up, people get liquidated or stopped out like I did. Less money the exchanges have to pay out, or they actually make money. And then longs start to stack. So as these longs start to stack, when price starts dropping, now these longs to get liquidated and stopped out, more money for the exchanges. And that's how the exchanges are able to pay out. Because once this, this drop starts happening, it's coming down really fast, everybody's going to be shorting it. So the only way the exchanges can pay out on this is to make as much money as they possibly can on these pumps, so they can pay out on these shorts. So that's typically why you get a pump before a dump. And that's what happened here. We got a pump, we got another pump, and then we got a dump. And I do believe, and that's what these rings are for, they show events, something's about to happen. So I do believe we are pretty much topped out. We will start coming down. I'm not saying we can't push a little bit more, but these rings are indicators for events or something's going to happen. And again, this is a weekly candle. This can take time to play out. Now, enter a short trade, and the reason I did this is because I want to show you how much it costs to enter a trade, how much you can make on the trade, and a safer way to play this. Now, I broke a lot of rules that typically I don't break, and I'm going to show you what those were, and hopefully this can help you in the future, or if you decide to get leverage trading so you don't lose a lot of money like I just did. And again, it was stupid. It was my fault. I didn't have to lose that much money. So this is big, guys. If you want to sign up, my link's pinned in the first comment description. So this trade here, I entered at 17,286. It's a short trade. Notice up here is my stop loss, 17,343. If price hits that point, I get stopped out. I lost money. Now that sucks. That's what happens. But a stop loss is going to save you from losing more money. But just to show you, price dropped all the way down to here, price is pushing back up. But currently, price being under my entry just by 0.09%, I'm in profit $63. But if you go to order details, notice when I open my short, it says open short, open short. I guess when you open a short, it's 2 orders. So it was $31.52, $12.23. So a little over $40 to enter my trade. When you close your trade, it's going to cost you $40. So $40 to enter, $40 to exit. And that is for a trade of $2,500 at 30x. So that's not bad, guys. It only costs you $80 to trade. How you get into trouble is when you keep raising your stop loss. And that's what I did on that previous. I had three short trades open. And the irony is about 85–90% of the trades I enter, they're all in profit, but I don't take my profit. I ended up not taking profit and writing it all the way back up to a loss. And what was worse is I kept raising my stop loss to stay in. Those are two things you should never do. Where you should always take profit. If price keeps dropping and you're happy with your profit, take it. You can always enter another trade. And if price does push up, I had my stop loss below my entry, so I would have broke even, but again, I kept raising my stop loss to stay in, and you can see I lost $4,140, and again, I had 3 trades open. This one I lost $534, so I lost over $4,500 on those trades. But again, it was my fault. It was stupid. But so you can see here, so it costs what? So it costs $40 to enter the trade. when I close the trade, it'll cost $40. So as long as I'm more than $88 in profit, this price keeps dropping below my entry, I'm in profit. So as long as I'm above $88, I'm break even. If I'm above that, I'm actually in profit. But you can see just dropping this much, just from here to here, that means I'm $125 in profit. That also means if I push above my entry, since I'm in a short, right, then if it pushes up this much, I'll be $128 in the hole, plus the $88 it costs to open and close your short. But my point is, it does not cost that much to enter a trade. All right, this is $2,500 at 30x. Obviously, if you go 50x and you put more money in, it's going to cost more money to enter your trade. But how you get into trouble is your stop loss is too high, and price keeps pushing up. You go more into the negative, more into the negative. That's how you get into trouble. That's how I lost $4,000. I should have just accepted my loss, wait to the next trade. So again, make sure you set your stop. If you get stopped out, accept your loss, cut your losses, wait for the next trade, and take your profit, guys. I did not take profit. I regret it now, and price kept pushing up, kept raising my stop loss, and that's how I got, that's how I lost $4,000. So again, it was stupid. So hopefully, learning from my mistakes, you won't make those mistakes in the future. So anyways, I did enter this trade, and this was based on this chart. Your next support, a likely point you'd want to take profit on this short, is 17,182. Now, we could break below this and come down to your next support level, which is down here around 17,033. But what happens if price comes down and hits this point? You decide not to take profit and you push all the way back up. So it's a gamble knowing when to get in. It's a gamble knowing when to get out. A lot of times what you can do is when price is coming down, right, and comes down to this point, rather than closing your trade, just set a stop loss just above price. So if price does break through, well, you didn't close your trade, you're still in. But if price pushes back up, you get stopped out and you're in profit. So those are just different ways to do it. You don't have to close your trade, just put your stop loss above. And to change your stop loss, guys, in BitGet, it's pretty straightforward. Once you can come down here and you can type in take profit 16,000, type in your stop loss, and then you can actually move this. So if I want my stop loss higher, just pull it up and it changes my stop loss to 17,372. But I want to keep my stop loss where it was, and that would be 17,341. Hold on. So I'm gonna put that back there, 17,341. So that's the most I'm willing to lose if price pushes up. Price continues down, I'll be in profit, but I'm gonna start actually taking profit more often and not trying to catch the big dump, because that's not played out well for me here lately. But again, just want to give you key support resistance level. So again, your resistance right now to watch on this chart, this is the C1 chart, is 17,326. Next candle open, your resistance is 17,314. If we get above that, next resistance to watch is up here at 17,500. Your next support, 17,182. Next support below that, 17,033. This is the G1 chart. This is going to be very strong support. And the reason, if you watched the previous video, I said that this is likely a point to get rejected. Notice this way it came all the way up here, pushed back down. Well, this is a very key support and resistance level. If I zoom out, I can show you why. One, you can see how well price is respecting this line, right? This was resistance, 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 support, 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 support. We pushed up. It was support again. Got this crazy wake up. So that's why I was saying that was going to be a very strong support level or resistance level if your price is pushing up. On top of that, this line right here just happened to coincide with, you got a support, resistance, and support. All of the support, resistance, you got all this resistance here. So the confluence between those 2 points told me that was likely a point to take profit or short. That also means, since price pushed above it, now this is strong support. So 17,186, well, let's go back to this chart. 17,182, that's the likely point to take profit when you have multiple charts in confluence. 17,182, 17,186. That being said, strong support. If strong support breaks, and that can flip as strong resistance. This would be a good point to enter a short if you're below it. So if we get below this point, you'd enter a short with your stop above 17,178. Your next major support below will be down here at 16,821. So he's showing you how to play the charts, how the charts work, and a safer way to, if you use leverage, it's a safer way to trade. This is the Z1 chart, guys. These are just some very key, very strong support levels. If price starts tanking, this Z1 chart last time, it was resistance, 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 resistance. We pushed above it, came down, held support, and price pushed up, and then we started pumping, and then we had a major dump. The same thing could play out. It was resistance, 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 resistance. We pushed above it, held support, we pushed up, and we're kind of moving sideways. We could get another push up, it's possible. But when we come back down, this is likely a very strong support level. This is right around, depending when you make contact, 17,800. And again, while this would be a point too long, if it breaks and it becomes resistance, like right here, it became resistance, and then we just started coming down lower and lower. So if we get below 15,786, that becomes resistance, that'd be a point to short. So when you come down to test it, this is where you would chance a long with the stop below. If you come below it, if you drop below it, this would be a point you would short with a stop just above. And then your next take profit, or point too long, would be down here around 14,107. So again, your most key support level macro right now to watch is 15,800, and your next one below is around 14,057. Your current resistance, right, that you want to pay attention to, 17,314. If you get above that, watch 17,500. A likely point to take profit would be 17,182. So I just showed you on two charts. And that G1 chart, this is very strong support. It was very strong resistance, but we blew through it. But again, so likely point to take profit is around this area, 17,180, around there. If it's right here, it's 17,178. But guys, that pretty much covers it. Also, pay attention to the indices. I have this up all the time. If you start seeing the indices push up in the positive, plus 100, plus 200, and the markets are bullish, typically Bitcoin's going to follow. Notice the markets are down right now, and you can see how my trade's doing. Well, it came down a bit and started pushing up. See, I'm in profit, $114. But use the indices as an idea. If you start seeing the indices drop, negative $300, negative $400, you will notice that your trade, if you're in a short, you will just see this start tanking. That being said, if you start seeing indices push up into the positive, $300-400, Bitcoin's just going to start rocketing. It's going to moon. But guys, that pretty much covers it. Remember, you can access these charts, websites, altercrypto.com. Link will be pinned in the first comment description. If you want to sign up for Bigot, my link's pinned in the first comment description as well. But just pay attention and be patient, guys. This could take some time to play out. These are weekly candles. Each one of these candles takes a week to play out. A lot can happen in a week. And I still believe that we are going to drop. Even if we push up a bit, I think this is the point where price is going to start dropping. And remember, just like I said, typically we always get a pump before we get a dump. And this has been a pretty nice pump. So I think the dump is not far away. That's it, guys. Trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.